Welcome to our virtual curriculum night. My name is Jamie Duran and I teach honors biology. So we'll do a little bit more about me, although I did meet you on information day, and then we'll dive right into the specifics for honors biology class. This is my 12th year teaching honors biology at Alpharetta High School, and although I've taught other classes as well, it's the only class that I'm teaching this year, and it is my favorite class to teach because I love working with ninth graders so much. And I've got some other work experience in the biology field. I've worked at veterinary offices, zoos, farms, and even molecular labs. So I feel like I have a lot of fun stories that are relevant to tell students during the school year. I'm also the science fair contact, so if you have a student that you think might be interested in doing that, then just have them reach out to me. Before we dive into the specifics of the class, I'd like to explain what I think is most important in my classroom. And obviously I want students to learn biology. I want them to have fun doing it, but I also want them to work on some interpersonal skills that are going to help them in the workplace, because it's not just about what grades you have or what GPA you have that you can put on a transcript or on a resume. You've got to be able to work with other people if you want to be successful. So I encourage students to use effective communication with each other, with me. I also encourage students to take pride in their work because I think it's good for their self-esteem. And I try to create a comfortable classroom where students feel comfortable taking risks so that there's more room for personal growth. And I like for students to try to solve problems on their own. Sometimes if they ask me a question, instead of just telling them the answer, I'll try to ask them questions or guide them towards the right answer so that they get used to and they feel more confident solving problems on their own. So the honors biology classes will move at a faster pace. We'll go more in depth and we'll do some additional labs. And because of that rigor, honors biology students get 7 points added to their grade. And the idea behind these classes is to help prepare students for some of their upper level science classes like AP Biology, AP Environmental, Honors Anatomy, and AP Chemistry. Fall semester, we will do 3 units. The first one we're halfway through. We've done the Nature of Science section of the Ecology unit, and we're just now beginning the Environmental Biology part. We will also do cells, and we will do a very small portion of genetics, which we will then complete in the spring. So our grade distribution this year includes 3 categories: major grades, which will account for 70% of the students' average in the class, and there will be 9 assignments in that category. That includes tests and projects and the major labs that are written in the lab notebook. Minor grades are 20% of the students' average. We have 5 assignments in that category, and that includes mini labs, so labs that aren't in the lab notebook, and it also includes quizzes. And then we have our practice grades, which are going to be classwork and homework. Those are 10% of the student's grade, and we have 5 of those assignments. So there's 19 assignments in all this semester, give or take. They might wind up with 18 or 20, but it's going to be pretty close to that number. The students have 3 major grades so far, including the BTB lab done in the lab notebook, the pill bug experiment, which was a group project, and the Nature of Science test, which was taken Monday, August 30th. The minor grade that we have so far is the lab safety quiz, And we have one practice grade, which was the graphing and experimental design practice problems. So some tips for being successful in the class. Being in the classroom is really important. Come to school unless you're sick. And if for some reason you can't come to school, you're sick, or you have a family event or something, then just make sure that you follow up with me in person or by email, and I'll get you caught up. Also do the study guides. They're always going to very closely reflect what's on your test. So those will be helpful to you. Make sure that you read along in the textbook. I'll assign sections to read for each unit, so make sure that you read those sections. Those will be very helpful. And also check Infinite Campus just to make sure that all of your grades are being put in. And if you see a 0 pop up and you realize you weren't there that day and you missed something, then again, just make sure you get in touch with me and we'll get you caught up. Parents, I recommend checking Infinite Campus periodically. Ninth graders are still learning the ropes of high school and the demands of 6 high school classes, and I think sometimes they fall behind, and they're just not prepared for how much work it's going to take to get caught up. So it's really good if parents can jump in and help get them organized if they fall behind. So please check Infinite Campus periodically to make sure that your child doesn't have any missing assignments. I also would like for you to encourage your child to contact me if they need something for any reason, if they feel like their needs aren't being met or if they don't understand something in class. They can come talk to me in person or via email. Remember that we have an online textbook as well as hard copies in the classroom, and if students want their own copy to keep at home, then we can arrange for that as well. All of my lessons are going to be available on my calendar, which I have embedded in Teams, so students can always download work, or they can email me and I'll send them the work directly. And of course, my calendar is also accessible through my website. And for any students that are interested in science fair, there is a county webpage for that. And you can also reach out to me directly for details. One last thing, I'd like to just make parents aware of the fact that your child might be asking for a recommendation for summer programs or for college from their high school teachers. So a couple of tips. Please make sure that you give teachers at least 2 weeks to write it. Ask in person. Email's okay, but in person is better. And always provide the teacher with supporting information like a resume or letter of interest to make it easier for them. And if the letter does need to be mailed, please include an envelope and a stamp. I do tend to write quite a lot of recommendations, so I thought I would just throw that out there. And that's all from me. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything this year, and I look forward to working with you.